Hey guys, I've got the drink machine here. Having a problem with number one, which is the big button right here. This is column one. It's automatically dispensing when you satisfy the credit, which is set to 50 cents. Nothing was in the slot in the rotor to drop. You see it automatically selecting it. So what I'm going to do is figure out what's going on with it. This is a Dixie Narco 240-138-6 column. I have junk piled up here. Nope, that's a compressor wiring cover. I gotta put that back on it. So as you can see, this is number one right here. It's a red disc. And if you look at the macro switch, that one actually should be back. I mean, that's how they all are. They're back until you trigger it to them, and then they both stay up until the next stopping point. So for some reason, that's number two. Number one, sometimes it's time to land where it's supposed to. Like right now, it's fine. And if I drop in 50 cents, it should not. Then that's when I'll hit the button. Relay click, it's ready to vend. But because the front micro switch is in, nothing has been selected. The only thing in here is number one, so I hit the button. Whoops. As you can see, it's falling back down inside the cam, inside the groove. So, I think the only way that you can adjust this, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take the brake right there off. Loosen this up a little bit. I'm going to take this plate off. Clean everything up, put a little silicone grease on it, and see if it stops before the main switch trips or not. So, let me grab sorry, Torx. This is Torx. everything up, including the motor. But it shouldn't come off. We just want to pull the end plate off right here. Oh, the whole rotor is the one that's coming out. That looks fine. Clean it up. And we got got two parts here. Get your cam. This is your weight. And then you have a counter spring here. So we'll take the spring off. We'll take this off. Clean it. Take this off, we'll clean around here and put a little silicone grease on it. A little wear, but it's not bad. It's brass, so decent light expectancy. Spread off a little brake cleaner. This is what I use. I use it on everything that doesn't require high temp. It's great for connectors, any electrical connections. Brass and aluminum. The other side off. Weight it up. Slide it off. Yeah, the weight's a little tight. Clean it up like that. Spray that down with some brake cleaner, parts cleaner. Definitely want to let this stuff evaporate completely before you close the machine back up. Otherwise it'll smell like solid. I'm just kind of smearing in the backside. Put that on the crack in between the plate and the bushing. How that goes. This little foot catches right here. Stretch the spring. frame. Don't know if that'll make a difference or not, but it's a lot looser, that's for sure. Clean off the end plate. Some grease in there. Push the inside one in. Alright, it stopped correctly. Go to the next one. Stopped correctly. Stopped correctly. Looks like it's working. Let me touch you up a little bit. That's what it was. Now I did adjust this spacer on the front here. Trying to fix it before, and I just don't think the brake was stopping the rotor before it went past the next index. Put it back where the other ones are, which is all the way back up against the edge. Let's see what happens. Here so we get a better view. Zoom in on those switches. Pushing the back one. Yep, I think we're good. I'm going to load it back out and we'll try a couple of coin rods and reset it. Let's fill it up. I'll have to use one hand to load them anyway. Currently set up. See, set up for doubles. It's got the double bottle slash can. This is the switch in there. That's your vend out switch. In the back, and the back and the front. And now the vent out switches aren't pushed all the way back. Alright, there we go. This one's taking a beating. If I could find canned water, I'd use it, but this is good stuff, but it's also good because it won't explode from repetitive beatings. Alright, let's close it up. We'll leave the light in there, don't need it. And it won't hurt anything. So I got new sticker. Cleaned and buff. The window here. This is an original classic. This has been buffed and all the trim has been sanded down, cleaned, and got silicone wipe on it to protect it. Now let's go. So we have product in number one. See what happens. It has not been primed, so the first one probably won't work. Oh, they just loaded. I'm gonna have to go get all my quarters back out. That's one. At least it's not vending automatically on me. Did it double vend? No, it didn't. Yes, it did. Yeah, I didn't set the cans in there right, that's why. I should have primed it with one can in it. If I can get 2 more quarters out. Oh, it just dropped down and went out. There are 3 cans in there, but because there's not one pushing the vent out switch, it thinks there's not any. Of all the things with these machines is that there is product still in here. So for home use, not really a big deal for me because I'll just open the machine up and take it out, put it in the refrigerator. But if this was sitting out by the pool or wherever, that's potentially, you know, times 6 rows. Actually, there's 3 doubles. There's one over there, and then you've got 3 singles. You're supposed to be able to fit with a different rotor in these, as you can see, heel to heel, 10-ounce bottles will fit in these, but you can't do cans. You can't do double cans. I have to put cans in single, so I have all the gates set up for 1 can deep. And you can pretty much fit a 12-pack up to right about here. It's almost full, so that's 36 cans. And then whatever these will hold. I haven't counted yet. Let's put the cans back in there. Now that the rotor is up in that position and it's loaded, it's primed. Let's see if it vends every time. Put you back in your stand. See how the can depths are staggered? All four of those are at different heights. That's how it should look, and that's how you should continue stacking when you fill it. That's number one. Quarters. Put the nickels and dimes. Oh, there was a hole. Let's try dimes. Oops. I can hold on to them. Oh, it's out. Switch is working. Let's turn the compressor back on. One thing I did notice with this Mars MEI, it's a TRC 6800H. If I meet escrow value of the price, I can't get a return. But if I put in a partial price, put in 30 cents, 2 dimes, 2 nickels, it remembers what I put in there and it gives it back to me. It works correctly. I don't know why it won't let me do a return for the price, because it's set return, escrow return for VIN. Alright, let's put some cans in other slots. Put 2 in 2 boxes. Let's choose, how about number 6? All the way over the line. These are tricky to drop in. Oops. This is going going crooked. It usually takes at least 2 cans, sometimes 3. That gate's too far away. We're ready for it. So now we've got 1 and 6. Well, let's see if one auto-vends. See selections available. Nope. Number 6 works. And I'm out of quarters. Seems to be working correctly. Yep. Let's go get some change out. All the change in the changer. Oh, here's the inside. There's your 6 button selections. One chute. Your return plunger, coin return plunger. And that's the light panel. I used the driver on that. Okay. And what I got in here now is an LED set. There's a 12-volt power pack strapped at the bottom. The T12 tombstones are still in there, everything's still wired up. I just took the AC feed from the harness and spliced it into the computer type cable that plugs into the power pack. So I can replace the power pack separately without having to unwire it. And these lights for some reason give off a little bit of a purple glow, which it's fine for now, but I'm thinking I may end up swapping those out for true white. These are RGB with a controller that lets you select various color ranges. It's what I had here and it worked. So about 40 milliamps draw for those 3 strips. 12-volt adapter plugged into it. Overall, this machine pulls 40 watts with just the evap fan running inside. When the compressor and the condenser fan cut on, it pulls about 400 watts, which really isn't bad for this is R22, but it's probably one of the reasons why it cools so well. It'll get really cold. I've had it temperature K-type thermocouple plugged in here for a couple of days, and it hung around 36 degrees on like 8. I don't turn it all the way up. I don't want stuff exploding in here. But yeah, I have not done much of anything to this machine except number 4 I had to take this motor assembly apart. The drive shaft spinning on the main drive gear on the spinning on the hub on the inside, and it's some kind of soft aluminum hub that it's pressed. The brass gear is pressed onto the steel shaft, and it got jammed. It got jammed again. I fixed it once. I tried a plastic bottle, and it got hung up in it, and it popped loose again. So I had to take it out. And that time I used my shop press, 2 sockets, and I pressed right along the shaft on the hub, squeezed it back together, and it's fine now. So I shouldn't have any more issues with it. Part for some detail work, cleaning things up. The only thing I've replaced 3 Vendel lamps. I took this off, buffed it, replaced the sticker, and what else did I do? Replacement lines. That's it. Still works great. I'll be back once I figure out some more things to do to this. Right now, I'm just trying to get all the columns working correctly. So that's it for now.